Hey, 8 pinners, welcome to your May Scopes. Hit that subscribe button and the like button as well so that you can be notified of all the upcoming videos that I've got coming your way. Covering life path, explanation, and deep dives into all sorts of things. All right. Any comments or questions that you have, go ahead and post them right here in this video, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Okay, you have a huge month this month. The number combination is 8854. And I will dive into that in just a second. I want to, however, moving forward, include your life path number, which we all have one. And it's derived from your day, month, and year of birth. You run it as a long math equation broken down to a single digit. Most of us are going to end up with a double-digit number right there with all the math that we've got going there. And then you just add those two numbers together at the end to get a final single-digit number, 1 through 9. The 0 is included. 1 plus 0 is 1. 2 plus 0 is 2, and 3 plus 0 is 3. All right? So, and also in your day, month, year math equation, another way that you can look at this, and this includes zeros as well, in between every single digit number, just put a plus sign. All right? 1 plus dot 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 equals what? Except for our early 2000 babies who have a single digit from their day, month, and year of birth, all of us have a double-digit number. Now, the reason why that number is so important and is not talked about in numerology is that those two numbers pretty much show you what it is that you're going to be living through in your early years in order to get to the emancipated version of your life path number. Numerology sees our lives through the lens of reincarnation. It's just normalized. We come back over and over again to get better and better at this thing called life as spiritual beings, having a human experience, who are in relationship with people, and doing our businesses and our careers and things that are really important to us, our unique perspective of creativity and what our heart's desire connection is, you know. There's actually a number called your heart's desire, old school as soul urge, in your personal numerology chart. But you know, the whole idea is lots of times we make messes with those that we love, and there are hurts and pains and suffering points, as well as bigger bogeys and targets that we want to reach, and we kind of all pile in like puppies into family dynamics, family of origin, family of choice, friendships, different relationships that we have across the board, the people we encounter, all that kind of stuff. And the goal is just so that we get more and more into alignment with not only each other, but then with the group, the greater group in our community as a whole, ultimately reaching out into the world and honoring and recognizing every single person out there is just as valuable and important and deserves respect and a ton of love as we do. You know, this idea of all is one, how do we get there? It looks something like this. And it looks, you know, numerology actually just perfectly lines up with that concept. Partnering with astrology as well, you know. I also am a astrology nut, but I digress. So this life path we're going to include in our conversations, and I just really want you to listen to how I'm talking about the cardinal numbers themselves. They are teachers that come into our lives to help us evolve and grow. And there are higher spiritual laws attached to each and every one of them, as well as opportunities, gifts, and superpowers, and all that kind of stuff. And number 1 is the Alpha, and 9 is the Omega. Okay, your life path is your bogey. And the 2 numbers that make up that life path before, if you know, depending on what your age is and you're listening to this, the farthest left number represents the first experiences that you will be interacting with probably well into your 20s. The second number represents an arc probably from, I don't know, I want to say like 27, 28 through 35, probably 38. Could push into your 40s. And then you begin to experience an emancipated version of your life path, which incorporates those 2 numbers before it, all right? And I will have a video that goes deep into this, I promise, probably in the next month or so. So your highway is your life path, and it's why you're here. It's the reason why you're here. You're here for that. You probably had lots of chats with your peeps, and before you got here, this is the life you are going to live. This is the life you are destined to experience. And it's wide and really super long, and it's all yours. As well as, again, how many 9 life pathers, 8 life pathers are out there, right? Next to you is the 8 life path and the 1 life path on the other side. And you can wave, but you can't jump. You can't jump over and have their life experience, which has its own unique yada yada everything, right? So that's your bogey. These personal year cycles that we go through, and the reason why I talk about them, and the reason why I'm doing this, and I've been teaching them for 15 years, is it's the venue for us to be able to experience and learn and thrive in our life paths, all right? So the big mother bogey is your life path. The bogey that we're working with now, it's like a sub bogey, or like here's how this is going to happen, are these personal years. And a really great way to look at the personal years is that once a year you travel to a new country and you experience that culture for an entire 12-month cycle. All right? That is the personal year itself. These monthly cycles you can see as moving inside the country that you've landed in with its new everything, new cultures, it's a new culture. There's a new way of expressing and moving about. There are new laws. There are new foods and new cultural events to experience and ways of doing things, all right? And so in this new country, personal year, you are moving around through all these bureaus, and each one has its own subset of experiences, okay? If the venue of your life path is, right? The venue, the goal, sorry, I said that wrong. Because I just figured this out and I went, oh my gosh, Chris, this is brilliant. If the goal of your life path is the number that's there, my goal, I'm a 9 life path. My goal here, my super bogey here, 9. Then the venue that I am going to get any success currently this year is through the personal year cycle that I'm in, 5. All right. And if I'm going to get any success in this personal, venue that I'm in, the venue I've got to go through is the number that I currently am working with. And let's talk about how we get that. So I hope you understand that, right? Big bogey, life path. Venue to get to success in big bogey, personal year. Sub bogey, personal year. I think I'm getting this. Venue to get there to get massive success. And that means relationship, career, personal aims and goals, overcoming hurdles and challenges, all that kind of stuff. The same true way up here. Is the number that you are working with currently in May. All right. Okay. I'll circle back around to that more than once, I'm sure. So just include your life path number in these conversations, all right? Listen to the numbers and if they correlate with your life path. Okay, so everybody's working in an 8 global year. Everybody is working in a 5 month because May is 5. The two numbers that change are your personal year and then how you get it's like, what's the tool that you are going to be using to gain prosperity inside of May? That's how you get it. Your pin plus May's number, which is 5. 8 plus 5 is 13. 1 plus 3 is 4. So how you're going to successfully navigate this 5 terrain, which is the venue, right? In order to get the bogey, which is your 8 personal year, in order to support the super bogey, which is your life path number, is through the number 4. Okay, so now I'm going to move to your to-do and your to-don't list, and I'm going to explain this a little bit because this is a crazy, cool, beautiful month for you. In a nutshell, you are working with systems and order and structure. You're working with stability points. This is the builder month. And making sure that everything is in solid working order. In order for there to be longevity for future endeavors, any type of ideas that are based around how you're living your life, how you're making your money, and expansion ideas, which I'm sure you're dead center in the middle of. It doesn't matter where in life that you are producing your success and your wealth and prosperity, whether you're independent or you're working with people or you're working inside of an organization, okay? To check the longevity points of all these different ideas that are going to be coming through the pipeline, because 5 represents freedom and things happening quickly. And they do happen quickly. In fact, sometimes they happen too quickly. Here we say, I want change, I want change, I want change, and all of a sudden it comes flooding in. And then we put the brakes on. We go, whoa, wait a minute, wait. That might be a little bit too fast, right? This is where you can't complain. This is where, if you start complaining about it's too fast. Yeah. So is there ever a time where everything is perfect? And my answer is no, of course not, But knowing about this ahead of time is something that's really, really helpful. Okay, so 5 energy can indicate a lot of different things. Knowing that you're going to move or moving, and there's this movement towards a new job opportunity, or it looks like a promotion, or it looks like the potential to literally move overseas, wherever you are. It's change in your living environment in some way, shape, or form, and it's change in your work environment in some way, shape, or form. Change. There's a lot of travel here. There's a lot of fun here. It's a very active, physically active month. a ton of play and freedom, and also, and for you, how do you get the success of everything I just said? Through making sure that everything that is getting landed, every opportunity that comes in your door through an offer or a connection or is vetted carefully to look at the bottom line to see if it has sustainability attached to it. All right, you gotta look carefully. You have to get underneath the hood of that car and look at the viability of the idea of the prospect or the offer. Really, really look at it. No bells and shiny whistles, you know. Don't get too overexcited about a massive opportunity only to be disappointed later because you did not look at the bottom line. All right. This is the venue for you to get the biggest bang for your buck out of the 5 rocket ship ride. We're all in it. And each one of our venue is not your number. None of us have your 4. We have something different. All right. So our venue to get the biggest bang out of the buck for May is it's got a different drop-down list. Now I'm going to give you some warnings about the 5. The 5 can turn into a rolling stone and do the opposite of everything I said because it's so much fun and so intoxicating, right? It's the world just opened up, new people, new situations, new places, just new. Everything's new, and we need to anchor into being practical. Actually, the spiritual higher law of 5, believe it or not, is discipline. Can you believe that? But it makes sense. If we want to have constructive discipline, right? And the way that, or what am I saying? Constructive freedom. And the way that we can be constructively free is to have a really solid financial base, a place to land that we call home, and making sure that we have in this life a support system that allows us to move about freely and to express ourselves. The other warning here is to watch your bank account. Oftentimes, with 5 energy, there seems to be, people tend to overspend, and a balance needs to be found there as well. You don't need to go around and, pay for everybody's bill this month as you're having a lot of meetings. Find that counterbalanced somewhere in there, know when to say yes and know when to say no. Another part of the 5 energy you're going to be experiencing is the need to take care of some people in your family. It's usually what happens anytime there's 5, where there needs to be, there's health crises. And so your role is to make sure that you show up with a willing, open, loving heart and put in that time to love, hug, snug, support, and nurture without complaint. I know the combination 8-8, 5-4 is non-emotional. There's nothing about that which is slow down and let's have a deep, let's dig down deep. A need for patience is a requirement that if you can find that in just these couple of pockets, right? It's not a lot. Just make sure that you can show up that way. Make a conscious decision so that relationships as well are tended to and are in good order. While the 2 energy is a 1-to-1 connection, the 6 energy in relationship, right? In discovering and deepening relationship, the 6 energy is a community deepening of relationship. The 8 energy is a global connection in relationship of like-minded people who are working collaboratively together, not only to garner personal wealth, but also wealth for the good of all. So in that way, I got to tell you that, yeah, this tending and nurturing does have an aspect that's working in your number combination. Any contracts, again, that you've got to look at, have a good hard look at, and see that the bottom line is covered, all right? That also includes verbal agreements as well. I want you to keep your schedule as tight as you can and as on point as you can. Keep your discipline up and high, because I know you guys have a ton of fires in the pit. And I also know this month you're going to be throwing darts too. And in this month, there is possibility for. Looks like something having to do with your house. It looks like, and that could be you are approved for a mortgage, or you're moving, or the apartment, or something like that. It's purchasing assets. And also, there is selling of assets as well in this month. So let me see if I'm missing anything. The big to don't, because of the lack of patience that the 5 suffers from, you could end up saying things that are quick from, just too quick off of your tongue and are hurtful, and might cause regrets, that you're going to have to circle back around to and clean up later on. The best way to deal and to manage that aspect of the energy, which I'm going to tell you, you're probably not wrong, 5 is really, really quick, is to step away and say, let me think about it, and we'll schedule a time to talk about that. There's a need to babysit what comes out of your mouth, babysit yourself, slow yourself down to go fast, all right? And outside of that, there is absolutely nothing that is going to get in the way of this phenomenal month for you. You just have to keep up with it. Keep your business hat on your head at all times, and say yes over and over again to opportunity. It doesn't mean to meet or to listen to whatever is being presented to you. If this is about your future success and prosperity across the board of your life, and the life that you want to live, and how you want to be living it, you're going to listen to all the ideas, all right? And you will vet them all to see if they've got sustainability, reliability, if they're going to work for an idea to be plopped on top of it, at some point. How much can this hold? And what is it going to do for this whole point of abundance, success, prosperity, right? Across the board. That's probably bookend it for you for your directives. And what I didn't say earlier that I do want to bring up now, this surge, 8, 9, 1 through 2026, this is the hit it out of the park zone, where you really can garner a healthier bank account, a more viable period across the board career. You just have to put your back into it and put the work into it and get those ideas out into the marketplace and get them going, and use your voice. And use your voice in what way, right? Use your voice in a way that has a lot of self-confidence and all that kind of good stuff. And thinking about being in relationship, how you're relating to people. We have this window, 3, now it's 2.5 year window, close to that, We want to get the biggest bang for our buck. And doing that consciously, following these spin cycles is going to get you there. I promise. Yes. Okay. So the apathetic base of 4, the unemancipated lower frequency of 4 is apathy. It's laziness, it's apathy, it's being disorganized and not having a beat on simple things like your bank account, having a running household, making sure that the things that you need to have a successful, functional life are in proper order. Sometimes the 4 really struggles with this, and yet it is a brilliant number. It is so quick, so smart, so capable of seeing the bigger picture that says, oh, this is what we need to do to put things together. That's what you have access to. So if you've got any of these little conundrum things of like, how is that going to work? How do I make this business idea fluid? This is the month where your great teacher, the 4, is in your house saying, oh yeah, okay, that's how you do it. And you get these insights into, I get the pipeline now. I have to use Amazon, blah, blah, blah. I need to contact, that organization and pull them into a meeting for blah, or. It just goes on and on. If you are a stay-at-home parent, by the way, and that is your business, all of this falls in line with that as well. Okay? So, all right, you guys. This is to a fantastic May, and I will be uploading your June directives probably in a couple weeks from now, so that you're ready for that as well. If you have any questions, you can ask here. And if you want to look at the written out version of these directives, just hit the website link on my page here. It's 12listen.com. That's my home away from home. That's my family of choice. I've been a part of that incredible psychic tribe for the last 15 years. And on my home page there's about 50 of us there. Just look for Christine Demorier. Click on my home page, and everything you need to know about each personal year and the directives for this month are there. What is there as well, if you would like to pick up your comprehensive chart, look under my email-based services. And if you'd like to have a reading with me, you can buy a time-based session, or you can just call me direct. All right, you guys, all the loves from my heart to yours, and good luck this month. Just go get them and throw those darts. Stay in your Buddha, hamana. When you hit those points, be loving to your family. Don't ignore those contracts. Really, say yes to everything. Bye, guys.